Hello everyone, and welcome to my very first devlog for a sci-fi simulation game that I'm yet to decide on a name for. In this devlog, I'd like to cover what you can expect from the game, a little bit about myself, and why I'm developing the game in the first place. For a long time, I've loved simulator games where you watch nations rise and fall, battling for supremacy. I especially love it when they're zooming around in space too. However, I find that most nation simulators and 4X games result in their nations lacking any character outside of war. Everything a nation does ends up being geared towards stronger fleets, waging wars, and controlling territory. Sure, these are important goals for any empire that wishes to get anything done, but it misses out on so much personality to be gained elsewhere. In this game, I want to explore every realm of a nation. I want nations to have goals outside of conquering, and for the player to see nations develop in many different directions. With this game, I plan to do just that. Provide the player with a set of nations they can fall in love with, and watch morph over time. Or watch fight to the death still, if that's their fancy. I found with current games that they lean much more into mechanics than storytelling, and this makes sense for their target audience. But I know many people out there want more character, more story, more drama in their world histories. I am very much inspired by Dwarf Fortress and its quote-unquote legends mode going forward. I plan to have systems that will track history for the player. Important milestones, galactic events and discoveries will be there for the player to trace back. This will hopefully add much more to the uniqueness and depth of each simulation. The simulation will take place in a galactic sci-fi setting. I chose this setting because it allows a lot of freedom to explore new ideas, mechanics, and cultures, providing a much larger sandbox for the player to build in and for me to develop in. Now, simulating a galaxy sounds like a hefty task, but I have devised a design philosophy going forward which will allow me to keep producing new features and still have a functional simulator at each build. Expect new updates to come often in the following month because of this. I currently have in place a very simple solar system that is in dire need of some shading, but all of this is very temporary. I have some planets, I have some moons. Here's a planet, Little Rock 4, and these planets are orbiting this sun here in the middle. I'm trying to find where that moon is. Here it is, little moon there with its planet. And I mean, at the moment, very simplistic, but this is just a rough sketch to help me think through some ideas. I'll be trying to get the galaxy map done first, as this I think is the most important, especially if I want to have a sci-fi game at the galactic level. Solar systems will come after. But as I said, this has been very useful in helping me sketch out some initial ideas. If this sounds like your kind of game, please leave a like and subscribe to support development and turn on notifications if you want to see new devlogs come out. Thank you so much for watching the first devlog